got so many necklaces? Why you got necklace?
White people be like,
why you got so many necklaces? Why you got necklace? Why you got so many necklaces? Why you got necklace?
Ah yeah, Jakes.
Why you got necklace?
Joo.
Why you got so many necklaces? Why you got necklace?
Hi.
Hey, 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 hey.
Why you got so many necklaces? Why you got necklace?
Meow.
white people be like,
Hi.
white people be like, white people be like,
Lois.
Why you got so many necklaces? Why you got necklace?
Hi.
Why you got so many necklaces? Why you got necklace?
I'm feeling 22 silmää iskevä hymiö.
What's up, guys? Hey, hello everybody. Hello everybody. Say hi to me. Say hi to me. Say hi to me, please. Please say hi to me. No, I'm just messing around. You don't have to say hi. It's okay if you don't want to say hi. That's okay. That's totally fine.
Hei.
And it's like totally normal, you know? What's up, Haley?
Why you got so many necklaces? Why you got necklace?
Should I immigrate to
Hello.
Amsterdam? I don't know. Do you want to? I mean, it's a fun place.
Why you got so many necklaces? Why you got necklace?
Hello,
Should we
YouTube.
immigrate to Amsterdam, Aksel?
Why are you mumbling? I'm not mumbling! I'm not freaking mumbling, dude. Today's a big day, man. You know why it's a big day? The Jax film's Cool Dog came out. Yup,
Why you got necklace?
that's goddamn right.
Aksel Pepovoa.
Cool dog, cool dog, cool dog, baby.
Jipe.
What'd you eat for breakfast? I'm gonna be honest, man. I was feeding on scraps because I overestimated how many groceries I have left, and breakfast for me is at like 1 a.m. So I couldn't get anything because I needed to get ready.
Please help God.
So I was feeding on the scraps behind the cupboards, you know. Oh my god, guys, we're about to beat the record of the hype train, man. Holy shit. Wow. Who else is excited? I know I am. Yeah, I got like, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest, guys. As surprising as it might be, take a sip of water. Your voice sounds so hoarse. Good God. This is just what I sound like. What do you mean? I've always sounded like this. Yeah, there's not a lot going on in my life right now. Your voice sounds deeper. I mean, look, man, I woke up like an hour ago, all right? I woke up an hour ago. I don't know if you guys have ever met a person right after they've woken up, but they sound, generally, their voice sounds a little bit deeper. So, you know, yeah, I'm faking it. I'm faking it like Alec Baldwin's wife fakes her Spanish accent. That's, you know, yeah, that's kind of like what's going on here. Sound so lovely. Ignore the haters. Listen, man, if y'all are gonna hate on me for having a deep voice, I don't know what to tell you. Like, many people aspire to have a deep voice. All right, you can hate all you want, but there are people that would kill to have what I got going on right now. So, did I sleep enough? I mean, I don't know. I guess I slept like a pretty good amount, you know. I didn't sleep fucking 10 hours like I've slept every other night in the last 2 weeks, because that's apparently like the cool new thing to do. But, you know, I got a decent amount of sleep. They hate it because it's gross. My voice is gross. I'm not gonna lie, guys. You gotta lay off the voice, man. All right. You can call me bald. You can call me ugly. I'm used to it. But my voice is like the one thing where people generally, they kind of like it, and it's like the one positive quality I have to me. So go easy with the voice, okay? Just let me have this one thing. You can have anything else. It's fine. I don't care about anything else anymore. But the voice, also, it's not that much deeper. Like, I don't understand why it's like a thing where it's like, oh, it's so deep that there has to be like a conversation. But I don't think it's that much deeper. I just woke up. It's feminine. I don't think it's feminine. Quit coping. God damn it. Can't even cope nowadays, man. But yeah, face reveal in a sec. I didn't get a notif. Oh, you haven't missed much. We're only getting started. We're only getting started. People who are asking if I'm doing City Skylines today, no, because it's gonna be a short stream. I have a lot. I'm just like trying to fucking balance a lot right now. With Hoover like going away for a couple weeks too, so it's like I want to save City Skylines for something like something like a little bit of a longer day. By the way, this week I don't know when yet, but me and Chibley are gonna play A Way Out. It's like a little co-op story game
Hello.
about like these two dudes that go to prison and break out of prison. We're gonna play it sometime later this week. I don't know when yet, but
white people be like,
Hi.
yeah. Can you do it on a Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday? Probably gonna do it on the weekend. Yeah. Probably not next week. But we'll see. We'll see. On your Twitch or Chibley, I don't know. I'm gonna stream it. Chibley might too. You know, that's just how we roll, man. The both of us. The both of us don't give a fuck, man. Love the pod with Matt. Thanks. I love the pod with Matt too.
white people be like,
It was very fun to make. Also, we're getting a lot of subs today, man. I gotta thank the supporters. Ratkells, Shanny Pants, Bark Millie, Bare Bones, Kirsten, Stinky Little Angel, thanks to the raid. Oracle Riot, 2 years. Purple Mocha, Haley, Franceline, Kibyon, Natty V, Grumweld, Kazi Live, Libby, Lauren Gibb, Girl Cat, Angelinas, Manabader, Fevers and Mirrors, Kaylee May, Peyton, Brave Stage, Spragnorf, Lucifer. Please don't stream between 7 a.m. and 4 p.m. EST. I'm at work. I probably will stream during those hours. Sorry, y'all.
white people be like,
Lemon Beetle, thanks for 2 months. So what's going on with you guys? What's going on in your life? I'm not gonna lie, there's not a lot happening in my life right now, and there probably won't be for the next like 2 months because I'm waiting for shit to happen. So I got a paper cut. Okay, interesting. There's a blizzard here. I had my first kiss. Cool. That's sick. A tree fell on my car. Well, that's unfortunate. Okay. You know what I did yesterday? You know why I didn't go live yesterday? There was a very specific reason why. And it's because I spent all of the day, basically. I played Dungeons and Dragons for like 7 hours. Literally for like 7 hours. And it was like the most fun I've ever had. And I really enjoyed it. I played with Jake, Chibley, Hoover, and our friend Jim. He was the DM. That stands for Dungeon Master. To any of the people that don't know. Nerd game. Dude, I'm starting to realize nerds have a lot of fun in their life. Nerds are probably some of the fucking happiest people ever. And I gotta emulate it. I'm starting to realize, like, you know, back in high school, I used to bully the nerds. I was one of the cool kids. I'd go down the hallway and I would kind of like push him out of windows and stuff. But like, that's not me anymore. You know, I'm one of the nerds now. And I embrace it. What's your characters? The crazy thing is, we might stream it when we play next in a couple weeks on Jim's channel. It might be streamed. So I don't know if I'm going to tell you the characters because I don't want to I don't want to spoil it or anything, but yeah, we're gonna do that, which is exciting. You need to let us know when. Yeah. I'll send out an old tweet on the alt or some shit. I don't know, man. You guys will know. You guys will know. But yeah, I really enjoyed that. I had like a lot of fun doing that. And I want to do it more because I had this moment of like, I don't know. I've been wanting to do it for years, but it's like a lot of organization, you know, because you got to get someone to kind of host the game, and you got to get someone to, I don't know, you got to get all the people to show up and shit. So that's not a new beanie. I've had this beanie for a while, but thank you guys. Thank you for all the nice words. Yeah, I don't know. What else am I doing with my life? Nothing really. I might go to LA in March, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I was like talking about it recently. I might go, but the tickets are pretty cheap right now. I don't know what's going on. Plane tickets, they're looking pretty good right now. Like I'm trying to plan like a whole bunch of different trips, and somehow the trip to LA is one of the more affordable ones, which is weird because usually it's not like that. So I don't know. I'm thinking about it. But I think in the next like
Yo.
for the next couple of months, I'm just gonna focus on working. I got some good ideas. Me and Hoover are filming something tonight that I'm gonna try to work on a little bit over the course of his absence, and we're gonna see. We're gonna see. Grindmaster Sigma male. Yeah, you know. Yeah, I think I really am turning into one. I do about 2 or 3 hours of work a day, so you could say I'm really on the grind. And yeah, no one's gonna be able to stop me now. Really. This is the podcast with Shay Carl. We're not gonna do a podcast with Shay Carl, okay? I would feel really, say what you want about the man. I would just feel really weird having turned him into a joke on my stream and then interviewing him, because I'm not gonna like mock him to his face. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna have him on the pod and be like, you cheated on your wife and you're like really weird and Mormon. Like, I'm not gonna do that, right? And if I didn't do that, it would also be really like weird and fake of me to have him on and be like, oh Shay, I loved your old vlogs. Because I'm not. Here's the thing, is right. I'm not also in the mood to do this like fucking interrogation on him. You know what I mean? Like, how did you cheating on your wife affect your family? I don't really want to do that. I don't really want to because probably he wouldn't even want that. He would leave. So then it would just end up with this like awkward position where like I pissed off this old man. But now I'm just like, now I'm kind of like spitballing on possible scenarios. But the crazy thing is that I feel like if we really made a push for it, we could have him on the pod. The question is, should we? And the answer is no. It's no. It's clearly not. But I am kind of on the search for who we could have on the pod next, because we've kind of ticked the checklist here, and we've started to, I had kind of like a list of people that I wanted to get on, and slowly but surely we've kind of worked through it. So Chib is on one that we recorded that's coming out. So Chib's already on there. More women. You say more women. Name women. Name a woman, and we'll. Emily Jane is in Japan right now, but that's planned. L Mills. L Mills would be interesting, but I haven't talked to her in a while. So Haley Sharp could be a possibility. I don't know. Here's the thing: is I don't know what Haley Sharp does nowadays either. You know what I mean? A lot of these people, they've kind of vanished. Like I don't really know what Haley Sharp does nowadays. I think I like talked to her a couple months ago, and we were like reminiscing about Creator Clash. But like, I don't actually day to day. Like, I don't even know where she is. She could be in like, you know, she could be in like Indonesia for all I know. She's kind of off the grid for me. She streams on Twitch sometimes. Does she really? I haven't even noticed. To be fair, I'm so like out of the loop. So you're saying you have no women to enrich your life? I have women to enrich my life, but none of them, like I would say most of them, are not public figures that want to be on podcasts. You know what I mean? I don't know why. Probably because they're like a little bit more sane and they need like a little bit less attention than, you know, most of the men in my life. But my niece, I'm not gonna have my 4-year-old niece on a podcast because number one, she can't speak English, and number two, I'm like kind of against the idea of having children on in like media at that age because it's like, you know, does my niece want that to be out there when she's like, you know, older? I don't know. You know, who knows what she might say? She might be a conservative. And then, you know, in like 12 years, she's going to have to explain, like, why did you say all these conservative things at 4 years old? I don't want to put her in that position. Stop shooting down all our good ideas. These ideas, calling them good is flattering. Can you have Stomp on Prezzo? We were supposed to have Prezzo again because I love Prezzo, but he is working. We gave you women. You gave me Ophelia Bear. I also don't know. Does Ophelia Bear do stuff anymore? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Because I thought like there was like a moment where she was kind of like, I'm done with this, you know? So like, I don't know. Yeah, we got Trevor. Trevor's on the one with Chibley. You're turning down all the good ideas, then you're surprised the vids flopped. What? Okay, I'm not surprised that they flopped because I think they've been doing pretty good recently. So that's not true. And like I said, calling them good ideas is flattering. Although some of them are like pretty good. It's just like the matter of people are busy, you know? And particularly it's a lot easier to get someone that is like online all the time than people that have a life and do shit. Like Emily Jane, she's open to coming on, but getting her on is a little bit of a challenge. So, you know, would you get Enya on? I don't have like a direct line of contact to Enya. We're not mutuals on anything. And I could go to Drew and be like, can you ask Enya to come on? But like, I don't want to do that, you know? So like, yeah. I don't know. Drew might come on again this year. We'll see. Can you make every gay person I know episode June 1st, sorry. I don't know why I read it as June 1. Come on, embarrass yourself a little. I'm not gonna do that. Enya's very nice to me, but like I just feel weird, you know what I mean? I feel weird going to people. It's like, hey, can you ask your friend? You know what I mean? Like because I don't like when people really do that to me. You know what I mean? I don't like when people use me as like a link to connect to my friends. So that's mainly the reason why I do it, because I don't like being used in that way. Weren't you invited to the White House? I would love to go to the White House. Because number one, the Oval Office is fucking stupid. It like, considering the fact that this is supposed to be like the leader of the free world, the fucking coolest man to have ever lived. The office is a big letdown, in my opinion. The desk, especially. I know that the desk is like supposed to be historic, but like, that's like a pretty fucking small desk. That desk looks like this antique one I had when I was like 7 years old, and I would do schoolwork on it. Like, it's very underwhelming. I would love to have Joe Biden on, and you know, there's talks, but he's not a big fan after the life of a former president was threatened on the pod by a certain Matthew Watson. He did watch that one, and he said he wasn't a fan. So, heard Matty Healy canceled. Can you imagine? Dude, I'd love to get Matty Healy on, because I could ask him, like, what's, like, the craziest thing you know about Taylor Swift? And he would say it. He would say, like, oh, Taylor Swift, like, crashed the car into a light post, and, like, the light post fell over and, like, crushed a puppy. And then, like, you know, and he would tell me that. And I would get, like, a lot of attention for that. The fuck are you spreading rumors? I'm not spreading rumors. I'm spreading hypotheticals. He doesn't disrespect her. I did see the, I didn't kiss anyone at that show. Which, by the way, like, genuinely, I'm really curious about the discourse. Like, why are people, like, fine with him kissing people at shows? You know what I mean? Like, why is that, like, normalized? But then, like, I don't know. Like, that's the one thing I don't understand, you know? Because it's like, I don't necessarily think it's, like, a good thing to do at all. But people just kind of, like, let him get away with it because he's Matty Healy, you know? It's the eating raw meat as well. Well, see, the thing is, like, the eating the raw meat, it's weird. But, you know, then we can't even call it pretty privilege. I mean, like, I don't know, man. I mean, he has consent, but I don't know. For me, the thing is that it's fans. You know what I mean? It's people that you have a lot of influence over. And as a general rule, I don't care if you, like, look at it and you're like, oh, there's consent, yada, yada, whatever. It's the fucking power imbalance that's just kind of weird to me. And I feel like we should kind of try to cut that shit out in culture. Because, like, I don't know, you know? It's kind of weird. Such a crazy imbalance, especially since some of these people could have been kids. Exactly. These motherfuckers were, like, 14 listening to his music, and now they've grown up and they're, like, kissing him at concerts. You know what I mean? It's weird. It's, like, obviously they're gonna fucking consent. You know what I mean? They're gonna, like, consent because they've looked up to this motherfucker since they were kids. It's more so on him to kind of, like, think, like, no, yeah, this is not normal. You know? But I don't know, man. It's fucking Matty Healy. I mean, that guy clearly, you know, he's the way he views the world is a little bit different than everybody else, I guess. Like, I think there's things about that kind of stuff where if you are like an audience member or a listener or a viewer, it might be a little bit hard to see why that's bad. But then, you know, I think most people that have any sort of power of influence or power should be aware of like how weird it is, you know? I don't really view kissing as intimate. I don't care who I kiss. That's just me, though. Okay, think about it this way, okay? What if... and I think this kind of really... Because it is the same thing. As much as you want to say it's not the same thing, it is the same thing. If there was like if a Twitch streamer had a fan meetup and they started kissing their fans at the meetup, that shit would immediately, like, and rightfully so, that would immediately be like, this is fucking weird. This motherfucker is weird. This motherfucker needs to get the fuck out. That is not normal, right? So then it's just kind of like this thing where, like, everybody just kind of, like, with Matty Healy, they're just kind of like, yeah, you know, And it's not, it's I don't know. It's just weird. Streamers are not real people though, so I mean, are you saying that Matty Healy is a real person? Like, let's be honest. He literally ate raw meat on stage. I think he is like, I don't think he's real at all, you know? I think he's like the least real, everyone. Yeah, I don't know. It's like things like this where, I mean, I guess this is always going to be a constant in our society where I think there are certain people that will just get away with more things just because, you know, it's kind of like how people like Miskiff, before he got called out, it was very clear that this guy was a dick, but he got away with it because that was kind of like his thing, you know? His thing was being a dick. So everyone's like, oh, that's just Miz. You know what I mean? Like, it's that kind of shit where a lot of people's behavior gets excused because everyone just kind of falls back on the idea of like, oh, well, this is just what they're like, you know? And it means that we don't hold people to the same standards. There's a lot of, you know, there's a lot of factors that go into it, in my opinion. There's different, you know, levels of privilege, I think, that play into it. And also just like, you know, how powerful you are. And if you have like, if you've made the wrong enemies, that as well. Which I don't know. Just kind of interesting. Who's Miskiff? Oh, you don't want to know. Like, honestly, put a smile on your face and put 2 thumbs in the air and say, I have lived a good life, because you asked that question. Just say, I should be happy with the way that I've lived my life, and I'm glad to be myself. That's honestly the approach you should take there. Because, I don't know, man. Damn, your thumb long as fuck. I have big hands, man. All right? I have notoriously big hands. Which, when I put them like this, it really kind of does become apparent. Either that or... No, my head's not small either, because Jack Manifold, who I think is believed to have a big head, he put on my hat one time, and he looked like a little boy wearing it. So, I think I have like a pretty gigantic head. I think I'm just pretty big in general. I'm a pretty big dude. Not the biggest dude ever, you know what I mean? But I got like interesting proportions, and I kind of fuck with it. I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm in my era of, I'm a little fucking ugly and I'm a little fucking pretty, and I love it. You know what I mean? And I don't view ugly as a negative thing anymore. And I think that helps. Although that does sound like the biggest copium of all time. Like, oh, I don't even see being ugly as like a negative thing. But like, I don't know. You spin it one way and you're kind of like, you know what? I actually kind of fuck with this. Cause I don't know, man. We have like so many beauty standards and shit that just make us all look exactly the same. You know what I mean? Like, if you have a fucking gap in your teeth, you gotta get braces so you have the same aligned teeth as everybody else, you know? Which is like, why? Some people obviously need braces because, you know, some teeth, there's a lot going on there. But like, it's kind of crazy that we just have the standard of like, you should get braces if you have like kind of crooked teeth or like, you know what I mean? Just like random shit like that. So, I don't know. I'm getting them in April. I just feel like, okay, here's the thing is, right? There's a point where I really wanted them, and then my family couldn't afford them. But also, I would have had to wear them for 2 years. And now I'm like, man, I'm not about to put that shit on for 2 years. Are you serious? 2 years of my life. I gotta commit 2 years of my life to that shit. Oh, hell no, man. 2 years is a long-ass time. 2 years isn't bad, though. It is bad, considering I don't want to fucking do it in the first place, you know? I don't care to. If I cared to, and I wanted to, 2 years probably wouldn't be that bad. But if for some reason there was like some kind of like braces mafia where they pull up on me and like, you got to wear these braces. And I'd be like, for 2 fucking years? Are you serious? I don't want to do that shit, man. I didn't get braces until I was 17. I was going to get them around that time. I think that's the age I was when I was going to get them. And then I was just kind of like, I don't really want to. And then also like, every time I go to a new dentist, they're always like, have you thought about getting braces? And I'm like, yep, I have thought about it actually. And I don't really care. And then they're like, okay. Which is like, is it really like that fucked up? Like, I don't know, man. Like, they really gotta sneak diss me like that. They're so pushy about it. It's because the fucking industries, man, they're all working together to extort as much money out of us as possible. Maybe one day when I get bored, I'll get those like boogie veneers. You know what I mean? Those like fake teeth, those really white, big fake teeth. Just when I've like run out of tricks and I'm like, I gotta surprise my audience a little bit. One day I go live and I just have this beautiful big smile. I think what really kind of freaks me out about those teeth is that they kind of like alter the way you talk, because, you know, obviously they sit in your mouth differently, so the way that your whole mouth like sits and functions is a little bit different, and it's like everyone permanently kind of sounds a little bit different. Which, I mean, like, here's the thing: is I'm not gonna diss on anybody getting veneers, because teeth mean a lot to people, and most people that get those teeth, their teeth are probably in like a pretty rough position, and it's obviously something that is affecting them a lot. So it's like good for them, right? But they like, I don't know. What are veneers though? Like, do they shave down their teeth for that? I think so, yeah. They have this like little like thing, and they make your teeth into like all the. We can watch the Boogie video where he got them. Actually, I don't know if we should watch the Boogie video, but you know what I mean. They shave down your teeth, and then they kind of glue them on. My mom has veneers, and she got like the shittiest ones, because every like 4 months we would be at a restaurant and she would bite into a burger, and then like her teeth would like, she would remove the burger from her mouth and the teeth would be like in the burger, and she'd be like, oh. And like she kept having to go back, and I was like, dude, you got to tell that motherfucker to put on like a little bit more glue. Like, holy shit. You know what I mean? Like, just put on a little bit more. Like, this just keeps happening. She's getting scammed. I'm not gonna lie. Most of the time when you go to the dentist and you get anything done, you're getting scammed. Those motherfuckers are scam artists. So don't fucking feel bad when you see those articles where it's like, oh, dentists feel sad because they're the most hated people. Yeah, they're the most hated people with like a 6-bedroom house. Okay? It doesn't fucking matter. All right? They're hated for a reason. They're not they're not hated because of people being class conscious. They're hated because they are robbing the poor. This is why I haven't got my cavities filled. This is literally like same. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I might need a root canal. My teeth look fine, but there's this one tooth where I'm like, I don't know, man. That kind of feels like it might need a root canal to me, and I don't want it. I know I'm like making it worse by not going, but I just don't want it. All right, I don't fucking want it. I don't even want to think about it, and I'd rather. This is what I do a lot in my life, and this, you know, everybody does this, where I don't really have a lot of care for the future self, clearly, because I could do my future self a really big favor by probably getting this root canal done like tomorrow, instead of like probably in like a year when it gets like really painful. But like, why would I ever do any favors for myself? You know? Would I ever let a viewer do a root canal? I don't know. It depends. You know what I mean? What kind of a viewer is it? I would let somebody like, you know, if someone like Melon Paya, for example, was, I'm a qualified dentist, I'll do your root canal. I trust that person. But then, you know, some of you guys, you might try to fuck with me. You know what I mean? You might not even be a dentist. You might be out to kill me. And I feel like I leave myself pretty vulnerable by giving you access to all the crevices in my mouth. You know, you could literally stab me in the mouth. And I'm not paranoid. I'm not a paranoid person, but I do have to acknowledge the fact that there are people out there that want to kill me. I would steal your tooth and sell it. When I was a kid and they would pull my teeth out at the dentist, they'd always let me go home with it. And then I would they would give me this container and I would keep them in my drawer. I think I had like 3 of them. And sometimes I would smell them. I loved smelling them. It's like a very it's a very unique smell that teeth have. You're so nasty. Why? Who else found your rotting teeth your parent kept because they were the tooth fairy? The tooth fairy's real, okay? The tooth fairy is 100% real. What did your guys' tooth fairy give you? Because mine, some days, would not show up. And then other days would give me like a piece of chocolate that then would melt under the pillow and kind of like glue my pillow to the bed. And then I would open it up and momentarily think like, oh fuck, did I shit myself? Did I like shit under my pillow when I was asleep? But then I realized, oh, it's chocolate. I got a Build-A-Bear once. Under your pillow? I got $25? You got $25? The fuck? I mean, I was losing teeth in the era where they were called our currency was called the Estonian crowns. And I was probably getting pennies if you were to convert it to dollars. I was probably getting like 5 cents at most. So, I don't know. I loved pulling my teeth out. No, I'm gonna be real. Like when it was baby, you know, when it was which by the way, we call them milk teeth in Estonian. The direct translation is milk teeth. I don't know why. But we're always like, oh, you got your milk teeth. And then I just loved when they got a little loose because I love just kind of like having my finger in my mouth all day, kind of like wiggling it around, and like it felt nice. Like it felt like I was scratching some kind of itch. Oh wow, I guess they all call them milk teeth. That's fascinating. Did you do the door thing? No, the door thing was just something that old people in my life threatened me with. You know how like old people are like, oh, you're lucky because, you know, I used to get the belt back in my day. The old people in my life would always be like, oh, my dad would always tie my teeth to the door and pull on the door real quick. And I'm like, oh, great. But I had no interest in that because I wasn't in a hurry to get it out.
Yo.
The only worry that I had was that maybe the tooth would come loose out of nowhere and then I would swallow it on accident. But that didn't happen. One time I pulled 4 teeth off in one night. Dude, that's fucking crazy. That's like half your teeth at that age. I do think it's kind of hilarious how, like, as a kid, you look so fucked up because you're missing like half your teeth at one point. Like, they're all just kind of like, the fucking tooth fairy always chooses like the worst teeth to take out. And then there's like nothing there. There's like a little like stub. Man, my teeth were like, okay, here's the thing is, right? I guess it shows that I grew a lot since I was a kid, because when I was a kid, my teeth were huge. Like, they were ginormous. And generally, kids' teeth are pretty big in proportion to their face. But like, mine were like, there's this picture I saw recently where I looked at my teeth and I was like, holy shit. And also, my tooth gap when I was like 11 was way smaller. It's like gotten bigger. But then I also remember I did used to like stick pencils in between there for some reason, which, you know, probably like made it bigger. But that's just something that I always did. Two of my baby teeth never came out, so I had to get them shaved down. Damn. Pencils? Yeah, I don't know, man. I had like this need to do it. I'm not over the fact that you enjoyed smelling your teeth. Okay, let me get into that, because I kind of glossed over that. I enjoy smelling teeth, and I still do, honestly. I haven't smelled them in a while, but it's a unique smell. All right, they have this kind of like industrial smell to them. It's like kind of it's not like a bad smell. It's just kind of like this, like, it smells like a factory. You know what I mean? It feels like something is cooking. I wouldn't smell anyone else's teeth. I have no interest in smelling anyone else's teeth. That would be weird. But my own teeth, am I not allowed to indulge? Am I not allowed to indulge in what God gave me? How do you smell your own teeth? When the dentist pulls them out. Well, you know. I think, here's the thing is, right? A lot of you guys, you box yourselves in and you remove all the possibility of fun from your life. Like, you're only on this earth once. Why not sniff your own teeth? Why not eat your sister's clay statue? Why not do these kind of things? You know what I mean? Wait a minute. That's kind of real. I used to keep batteries in my mouth. That's not... When's the last time you smelled or removed teeth? I mean, like... It's been a while. It's been over... I would probably say it's been over 10 years. Over 10, 12 years. Sometimes when I floss, I try to smell my floss to see if, like, I got anything. I kind of go in, I'm like, did we accomplish anything with this? And I can't smell really that much. But I guess I'm always, like, searching for that high, you know? What is ew about that? You want to know. You want to know if it smells, because then you know if if everything's clean. I do that with, like, zits behind my ear. I do that with my piercing, my ear piercing sometimes. I get in there with my finger real good, and I'm like, you know. Then smell your breath. I think smelling your own breath is always not the best indicator. If that was the case, half the people wouldn't have bad breath. I think sometimes you got to look in deeper. I know you smell like sour cream and onion in real life. I don't, actually. But sour cream and onion is one of my favorite Lay's flavors. So If you guys have never checked once, then you guys might be stinky. That is real. Thank you, Michelle. Michelle Gar 599. Remember that name because that is one of the realest motherfuckers in the chat. Someone that I don't like Pringles. I think Pringles are fucking mid. I think Pringles they're underwhelming. And Lay's here has a sour cream and onion flavor. So I was talking about Lay's. I don't really care about Pringles. One person agreed with you out of 600 people. You should never operate on the guise that just because your opinion is unpopular, it's the wrong one. It's called critical thinking.
White people be like,
My dumbest thought your restokti Jolkgang Kronek after it sold out in 2020 and U never did so I got a extra large on depot.
You got wait, you got one on Depop? Are they actually selling them on Depop? Teeth freaking smell freaking good. Thank you. Is there like a bootleg market for my merch? I mean, actually, it's not bootleg if they're on Depop. I guess it's like reselling, but like, you know. Should I start suing those people? Would that be the most normal thing to do? Not gonna lie, I sold my shirt on Depop for $200. Dude, if they were going for $200, I'd be like, wait a minute. I could be so much richer. Have you been watching Super Mega playing Papers, Please? I haven't watched every single one, but you know, I'll check in and I'll watch and I'll say, oh, nice. Because they're funny. They're really funny boys, and I have a lot of fun watching them. Hi, Aksel. I stopped watching Malcolm in the Middle for you. Thank you. I wish I could smell my own teeth. Now, you can. Just get in there and kind of like, really like kind of, you know. And yeah, I'll change music. I forgot that this shit's been on loop for like 600 hours. I can let you smell my old teeth. I haven't. No, like I said, I don't have any interest in smelling other people's teeth. All right. I don't really want to do that. That's where it gets weird, you know? So, I don't know. Fuck it, dude. I'm going to put on my 2008 playlist from 2019. So if there's any, like, listen, I haven't looked at this place in a while, so if there's any artists that in the meantime have maybe gotten canceled and it comes on, I haven't looked at this in a while, all right? But I warned you. Wait, let me... what song should I start with? There's some bangers on here. Oh, dude. I mean, Akon has been saying some weird shit recently. But that's Akon, you know what I mean? He lives in like some kind of like cryptocurrency city in Africa. Like, I don't know if he even exists anymore. Separate art from artist. Okay, here's the thing, right? My take on the separate art from artist is I think we all have like some artists where we do that, but I think I personally draw a very distinct line of if this person is like genuinely racist or if this person has been like physically violent towards people, I usually draw the line and I'm like, this is where it stops, you know? If they're like a little bit weird, kind of like, you know, because I would say that honestly, most artists are weird. Can you give me an example? Like Kanye. I don't really have any more interest in listening to Kanye. I don't care to publicly play someone's music that stands for things like that. And I say this as someone that grew up as a huge fan of him, you know? And like Chris Brown, I don't really like see the point in playing his music either. But then it's like someone like Akon, where he said something about how like, I think he said something about I forgot what he said. It was about like, oh, like how like going to like dance classes with your kid and shit is like a white people thing. Like that's not something that he does or cares. So like basically what he's saying is like he doesn't really care about his kids. Like he won't really like do shit with them because he's already providing for them financially. And I'm like, that's like a weird thing to say. But am I gonna be like, oh, this Akon song is on, I'm gonna skip it because he said that? No, like I don't really fucking care. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna lie, I never really listened to Akon's music thinking this guy must be a great dude. You know what I mean? So I stopped listening to Lord because of this. What is this? I'm so sorry for offending anyone. I hadn't even put this together. I was just excited to take a bath. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's unfortunate. And it's like, you know, then there's like people like Lana Del Rey where she has said some like really weird shit. And also she had that like weird like COVID mask thing where I don't know what that was about. But people, they listen to her. You know what I mean? There's shit that people look past. But I don't know. It's impossible to be fully consistent with it, but I'd rather try than like kind of enter this state of like, I'm just gonna separate art from the artist, you know? And just like, you know, just I'm gonna listen to like every shitty person of all time, you know? And also in a lot of cases, it's a lot harder to separate art from the artist when their music is very personal. You know, like with Kanye especially, like separating art from the artist is fucking impossible because he always just fucking raps about what's going on in his life. You know, the next fucking album will probably have some anti-Semitic shit on it. So it's like, oh yeah, let's fucking separate the art from these like really shitty lyrics. So like, you know, I don't know. It's easier with films and TV because you can pirate that easier. Yeah. How about listening to old Kanye songs private? I just don't listen to them anymore. I'm not even like doing like, I don't listen to them. I just don't listen to them anymore. I'm kind of completely off that shit. I have better artists to listen to where I don't have to like feel like, because, you know, I have a lot of fucking Jewish friends and I have a lot of Jewish viewers and I just don't feel good about that. You know, I wouldn't feel good about secretly listening to someone that has like kind of, kickstarted the fucking conversation of anti-Semitism again, you know? Like, I just don't like that. I don't feel good about that. So also like the only reason why you really have to keep going back to these artists is if you have a little bit of like a narrow music taste, which I'm not judging anybody for, but I'm like pretty fortunate that I went through this like chronically online phase of just like listening to every fucking artist on Rate Your Music. So now I'm just kind of like, okay. And also I've gone through this so much where I really love an artist and then unsurprisingly, they turn out to be a shitty person because musicians just have a lot of trouble being normal. So then I'm just kind of like, oh, well, this is only the fucking 35th time this happened in my life. I guess I'll just go on to the next one, you know? Why do they all suck? Because I think in a lot of ways, having like a position of power and influence enables a lot of people's shitty qualities because they are in environments where they have a lot of yes men around them. And I also think, you know, kind of the richer you become, the more out of touch you become. And the bubbles you live in also kind of enforce these morals and shit. So that's, I think, it's a tough thing because I think all of us kind of we all have our little comfort celebrities. It's just human nature, you know. That's just what we're like as people. We will always gravitate towards figures in media if they're in something that we like, you know. But then every now and then they give an interview where the illusion is kind of shattered and you're reminded that this person, even if they are kind of like cute and sweet and wholesome, they live in Hollywood. All of their friends are multimillionaire celebrities, and most of the information that they receive about the world is in those circles. So they probably do not get an actual, you know, overview of what's happening. When I find out Lord is a horrible human being, it'll be a tough transitional moment. Yeah, man. Let me tell you, you know, when you spend your teenage years idolizing someone and then they become like a real piece of shit, it like really kind of shatters your whole view on everything. Because now I'm just now I just listen to everybody. I'm like, you know what? This is like the only reason I don't know that this is a shitty person is because it hasn't come out yet. The day Aksually is in trouble for scamming his fans with crypto, don't hit me up. I don't want to like spoil anything, but I am working on a little bit of a rug pull. So keep an eye out, guys. Okay. Let's just say I'm going to be very fucking rich and you'll never see me again. You're not smart enough for that. Be real. Dude, Logan Paul does these, okay? I don't think intelligence is what matters. If I become a shitty person, that'll be crazy. Well, I hope not, man. Yeah, I don't know. I feel I try to not be complacent about this because as soon as you kind of get this complacency of like, oh man, I have such good friends and we always keep each other in check. That is kind of like when you stop keeping each other in check. But I think we make an effort to kind of call each other out on shit. A lot of my friends and I have a lot of people in my life where there have been times where I've maybe said something that's a little bit out of touch, or I have acted kind of, you know, out of line. I've had people that have, you know, sat me down and said, this isn't right. And then I'm like, okay, that's good. And when you create an environment where this is a common practice, it's not really even like a standoffish thing. I think when people are rarely confronted about their own behavior, it's a lot harder to do than it would be otherwise, you know? I've never understood the idolizing of celebrities, especially ones like Taylor Swift. I just don't understand why. You know, if there's anything that is commonplace amongst people of all backgrounds and ages, it's that we all kind of want to stand someone. You know what I mean? Like, for a while, teenagers fucking idolized Minecrafters, and they still do. And like, all the men on the internet are like, Mr. Beast is the fucking GOAT. Like, if you look at the Mr. Beast comments, it's literally the same people that would make fun of like Dream SMP shit are in the comments of Mr. Beast videos being like, holy shit. You know? I had a friend who I thought was just being annoying in like 2020, 21 who directed me how to make edgy jokes that aren't like offensive by just telling me, yeah, you should delete this one, and I'm thankful. Yeah, because that's the thing is like, if you're not used to it, admittedly, it is annoying. It's annoying when like someone tries to correct you when nobody usually does. But then you kind of have to like practice mindfulness and look at the situation for what it is, and it's someone trying to help you and not doing it out of spite, you know? It's natural to have an idol, but we always choose people we don't actually know, which almost always ends bad. Yeah, I mean, almost always is, I think, a little bit exaggerating. I don't think it always ends bad. You know what I mean? I think also in most cases, people eventually grow out of it. They move on, all that shit. But it does, you know, obviously it can go wrong. Should people like idolize strangers? No. But the reality is it's going to fucking happen. It's going to happen. We can have this conversation nonstop. It's just always going to happen. It's always happened throughout history, and it's always going to keep happening. It's just the way that it is. Is it like more accessible and more parasocial than ever before? Yeah. But it's like, I don't know. I think there is, you know, there's a certain responsibility that those people bear, the people that are in those positions of power, to establish boundaries and talk about what is appropriate and what's not. But I don't know. You know, I think there's a certain level where I don't feel comfortable when people kind of take advantage of the parasocialness and use it to kind of very directly get money out of, you know? Because, I mean, there's an argument to be made that, like, literally any Twitch streamer does that, or any content creator that sells anything to their audience, including myself. But there's, like, specific things that you can do where I'm like, well, this is just very directly kind of harnessing on the illusion of a relationship, you know? So I don't know, man. It's a real fucking, it's a mind fuck, you know? It's a mind fuck. It's conversations that I have with myself where I think the longer I've done this, the more I kind of talk to myself about this, and I'm like, why do I even expect anybody to fucking give a shit? Because I shouldn't. I'm like nobody. You know what I mean? I'm nobody. All my friends are nobodies. We're just a bunch of people on the internet that like make a joke here and there, and then, you know, people watch us. But it's like, at the end of the day, how much of that is like, you know, how much of this feeds my ego, and how much of this is, you know, it's a lot of these, I don't know. But it's like, I enjoy it. So I'm not going to, like, you know, am I going to walk away? Oh, fuck no. Oh, hell no. I'm not going to walk away. I love attention. Like, let me just be honest. Up front, I am a little bit of an attention whore. And that's okay. It's okay to, you know,
White people be like,
be a little bit of an attention whore. Henderell, thanks for the 18 months. Thanks. But yeah, I don't know. I always just kind of like, I drew my line in the sand a while ago with the whole parasocial shit. I had that talk pretty early on where I was like, listen, guys, I'm not your friend. And I'm glad I did, because I honestly saved myself a lot of a headache. I don't, like, here's another thing, right? I am glad when people message me and they're like, oh, like, watching your stuff and your friends' stuff was like a little bit of an escape for me, because I think that's he Ludwig. I mean, yeah, I am Ludwig. I'm literally like, let's be honest, like I'm more famous than Ludwig. But it's like I don't know. I felt like it was a conversation I needed to have at a certain point, because the amount of like boundaries that were crossed, which is like, I don't know. There was an influx of young people that started to watch me. So then there was a lot of people that were kind of like, you know, saying things and doing things where I was like, I don't know if you should be doing this. And I had that conversation, and it helped a lot, I think. But you know, like I was saying was, if my shit helps anyone like escape from shit, I'm glad. I don't think that's necessarily a parasocial thing, or at least not like a thing where I have to be like, oh, this is fucking bad, you know? Because it's just like, I don't know. We all use media to escape. You know, I have spent my whole fucking teenage years going through like all this shit, and I got through most of it just by consuming media, trying to like, you know, emulate all that shit. So it's like there's value in it. And I don't know. When people like, I always like, I don't know, but you always also have to give a certain amount of credit to yourself, because at the end of the day, you're the one that kind of walked out of that situation, you know? The content was just there to be consumed. You're the one that consumed it, and then, you know, maybe you kind of leverage yourself off that to do something nice. That's the most important part. You always got to put a good amount of focus on yourself, and you got to be grateful for yourself at the end of the day. You could make You Laugh, You Lose 5,845, but Ludwig could never make The Evolution of Justin Bieber. That is true. Like, I'm going to be honest. That is very true. 100%. There's not a single doubt in my mind about that. What does he know about Justin Bieber? He knows nothing. Has he ever even listened to a Justin Bieber song? Probably not. He's like 35. It was before his time. My dad died a few months ago, and all of you guys' streams helped me a lot. I'm glad. I'm sorry to hear that, and I'm glad, because that's, you know, that's a tough thing to go through, and you know, to have something that you find comfort in a time like that, is very important. But, you know, also don't, like I said, don't forget to, you know, credit yourself, because you're going through a lot. It's a whole big moment. It was after his time, not before, but I fuck with a sentence otherwise. Oh yeah. Yeah, it was after, yeah. He's not like 14. But yeah, I don't know, man. That was just like my little thing. My little conversation. I had a dream last night where I was throwing sticks at the okay, this is random as fuck. You know who was in my dream last night? Andy. Do you guys know Andy? She like streams and stuff. Like she's friends with like Sylvie and stuff. She was in my dream. And in this dream, I was in front of her house and I was throwing sticks at this tree. I don't know why. I was just throwing sticks at this tree. And then this like man who I guess maybe was like her father, or like, I don't know who this was. Some kind of man ran out of the house with like the I don't know what it's called. Like the devil thing, the thing that the devil holds with the three things. He ran out holding that, and he was like, are you fucking throwing sticks at my tree? And yeah, pitchfork. And I was like, I'm not throwing sticks at your tree. And then he was like, I saw you throw sticks at my tree. So then I kind of freaked out and I started running. And this old man just like sprints after me. And he was like really fast. Like he was faster than me. And then he just kind of like fucking hit me in the ass with this pitchfork. And then said, don't you ever fucking do that again. And I was like, and I literally like, I had to like walk home with like a wound on my ass. Cause I got stabbed in the ass by this shit. So anyways, I don't know what the fuck that means. What could this even mean subconsciously? I don't know, man. It means you're stressed about work. Bro had a Tom and Jerry bit for a dream. I mean, I literally did. Nice stream. Very humorous. Sucks that video of you punching that old lady in the face leaked last week. Do you know something that I don't? What do you know? Also, I know that like recently the streams have been a little bit boring because I don't do anything, but it's just because I've been working on a lot of shit, and it's kind of hard for me to I don't know. Like I want to do streams where they're a little bit more focused, but these I'm kind of like, I'm not gonna lie right now, I'm just getting streams in just so I stream while I'm working on shit. So like I don't know. But like I don't know. I just, because we have plans for this year, and to actually like materialize on those plans, we're having to put in a lot of work on other things, and it makes streaming a little bit difficult. Because a lot of days I can't really do like a good like 6-hour stream just because I have different shit I got to do. But hopefully it all works out. So me, Hoover, all my friends, we all want to do like a bunch of shit this year. So one of my stressful dreams was one where I joined Luna as a new member, but I didn't know Korean, the lyrics or dances, but I still had to perform with them. It's like terrifying. And it's like also like, I don't know, I'm not doing a lot with my life right now, to be honest with you. I'm like, I'm just kind of killing time and working. So that's another thing that I kind of struggle with right now. Is like, I think a lot of my on-stream content revolves around me doing shit with my life. So when I'm not doing anything, it's a little bit difficult sometimes. But bring back Mason's Minecraft server. I don't think that's coming back. We're gonna do another Phasmo stream. It's just that, yeah, Hoover's probably gonna be gone for like 2 or 3 weeks as he's getting settled back in Kentucky. We're gonna do stuff like that for sure. And yeah, I don't know. We're gonna try to do a bunch of games. Like Played Up was talked about. We're gonna do Keep Talking Nobody Explodes. We have all these things planned. Right now it's just kind of like hopefully a calm before the storm. Cause yeah, I don't know. Can you do VR stuff? I would need to like get a better computer for that, I think. I don't trust my computer for that. I also need to like, the one thing that I'm a little bit stressed about regarding to move to Australia is for this work to function, by that time I would have needed to completely reorganize my just the way I work and the things I do. Because I'm not gonna lie, when I'm in Australia, I don't know if I'll be able to / want to stream consistently. So by that point, I'm hoping to have other things in place where I don't have to stream as much, but you guys will still be fed with content, if you understand what I'm saying. So I'm never like, I know this is something that I've been talking more and more recently about, like, oh, the streams are eventually going to dry out. and I don't mean to be like annoying about this, but there is going to come a point where they're not as frequent. But I will not stop. Okay, I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to like completely stop streaming. They just will not be as common. At the very least, I would still like to do at least one a week, you know? But we'll see. We'll see. Because, yeah, I don't know. But up until I go to Australia, I don't really see too much changing on that front. Me and my friends are going to try to do a bunch of cool stuff. I have a lot of really funny friends, so I just want to I want to do things with them. I really I don't know. When's Australia? I'm planning on it being in the second half of the year. I don't have a set time, but second half of the year. I did see the new Last of Us episode. I fell asleep 35 minutes in. And that's not to really say anything about the episode. I was just tired. Yeah, I don't know. I want to I have all these different things I want to do, but some of them I just can't do yet. Are you doing another long story game? Probably. I mean, we're gonna do a way out with Chiblee. I don't know. Other than that, probably, yeah. I liked playing Heavy Rain a lot. I'm gonna be honest. I wish I did more shit like that, where I just randomly I come to you guys and I say we're gonna play a game right now. We're gonna play a game right now. Most of you guys probably don't even know about this game. We're just gonna play it. I don't do that enough because there's some fucking good ass games out there, you know. And a lot of the story games are a little bit cheesy and a little bit funny, so it's fun to watch and play. Also, someone asked, did Jake ever say anything about why he stopped streaming? I think the thing for Jake was that he's been doing this for so fucking long. He's been literally he used to be a Viner. That's how long he's been doing this shit. And there is a point where I think the magic fades a little bit and you kind of want to explore other options in your life. You want to see what else there is to offer, what else might interest you. And also it's I don't know, whenever I talk about this, I don't, it's weird talking about it because it's always, obviously it's hard to do any fucking work when you're mentally ill, but it's it's kind of a brain fuck to be a public figure and also go through things and struggle with mental illness. It's a lot to juggle mentally. So I don't know. I fully understand why he was kind of I got to get rid of social media and just live for myself a little bit. So yeah, I don't know. You should play Beyond Two Souls. Yeah, I've thought about that. I have thought about that. I think I watched a playthrough of that when it first came out, but I don't really remember anything about it. A unique psychological action thriller. I don't know if I'd ever stop completely streaming. But I think there were a lot of times in the last year where I was not doing great and I felt like I had no other option but to stream, and the content suffered from that. Because it's honestly, Making YouTube videos is a lot easier when you're fucking like really depressed or anxious about shit. It's a lot easier because you don't actually have to like socialize. You don't have to talk to people. You can just sit in your room, edit videos. You can kind of like work at your own pace. But going live is like a little bit of a different dynamic for that because, you know, you kind of have to talk to people, and I want to talk to people. You know, it's not just that I have to. I like talking to my chat. But there was definitely times last year when I was not up for it. You know, I was not up for it, and it was a little bit difficult. I think, you know, there's a lot of streamers like that where you can tell they're pretty fucking depressed, and they just kind of stop streaming as much during that time because I think streaming is very dependent on your headspace and the kind of mood that you're in. So social interaction is draining, especially when you're mentally ill. Yep, pretty much. And it's also, I think streaming has put me in this frame of mind where like I feel like I need to socialize all the time, even when I don't want to. You know what I mean? Like I always need to be talking to someone, even when I don't want to. Which is something that I'm working on, because I used to enjoy being by myself a lot, but now it's just like I feel like I constantly need to be around people, and I need to constantly be talking, and I need to constantly be distracted by others. So I could never be a streamer or anything. Having an audience is scary. It's like you get more, like the thing is, and the way I've always looked at it is sometimes it's a little bit scary. When people start to dig into your personal life, when people are a little bit rude, when people are just kind of weird, that's a little bit scary. But the privileges stack up. You know what I mean? The privileges compared to all of that, they've always stacked up, and I have always enjoyed it. And at the end of the day, also like, it's very rewarding and great to be able to do something creative and have people enjoy it and have people see value in it. It's a huge privilege. It's probably one of the biggest privileges of this whole thing is the fact that, you know, whether you make videos or whether you stream or whether, you know, most of the time, at least you started doing this because you were passionate about it. Most people don't start making videos or streaming because they only want money and fame. You know what I mean? Most people, they actually kind of enjoy it. They enjoy entertaining. Whether that ends up being like the case later on. Also, this is like random ass like Spanish song that's on this playlist. Sorry, I'm skipping it just because this song is next. But like, I don't know. How do you think not streaming would have affected the trajectory of my life? It would have like completely affected it. Like, I mean, I don't know. I guess like a better question would be like content creation in general. Because if I wasn't streaming, I'd probably still be making videos. But content creation, yeah, it definitely like it completely changed me as a person. It changed the path of my life. It's done like a lot of really great things for me. It's done incredible things for me. Like, I don't mean to be this kind of sad trombone. Like, I do have to preface it with the fact that it's literally changed my life for the better in so many incredible ways. But there's nothing in life is perfect. You know, you can have like a grass is greener view where you're like, oh man, if I was this or that, it would actually be a lot better. You'll find something else to hate. You'll always find something to kind of like be unhappy about, and things could always be better. But you kind of have to find this moment in your life where you're kind of like, okay, things are at a good balance. So like, I don't know. How would you describe what a masseuse does without saying the massage? I don't know. Like they make you feel good. Like I don't know. Yeah. And yeah, we're gonna Cool Dog is still gonna happen when I move to Australia. It's not gonna go anywhere. Me and Hoover are in on Cool Dog for the long run. We're gonna try to do cool things with it. You know, we've even floated the idea of like if I do move to Australia, Hoover's gonna come and hang out for like a month or two. Probably gonna like, you know, try to live with us or something. So I think there's a lot of exciting things planned. It's just that this like fucking January, February period is always just like, oh my fucking God, like what the fuck am I doing with my life? You know what I mean? Like nothing's happening. Everything's just like dark and cold. It's just like, I don't know. Are you not worried about the spiders or the mold in Australia? I'm willing to compromise. You know what I mean? Like some of my friends that live in Australia, they're pretty big cowards. And if they manage to live there, I think I'll be able to too. March sucks too, sorry. Yeah, I mean, it's a flip of the coin usually here, March. You know, sometimes in March, the weather gets really nice. So... What about the snakes? I'm going to try to avoid the snakes. I'm going to try to live in the city where hopefully the snakes would be rare. Will you miss Estonia when you move? I'll miss like things about it. I just need a change of scenery. I need a change of scenery. I need to experience something different. There's a million things I could point out about every single place on earth and say, oh, this would probably suck because it's different to what I'm used to. But you know, it's good to experience different things. In my opinion, it's valuable to move around a little bit if you can. Try to experience different environments. Because it helps you grow. So, like, I don't know. Ugh. And I'm just going to kind of, like, wing it and see where I go from there, I guess. Because I think that's another thing is, like, recently I've been having an influx of older people in my life. And I'm not talking, like, too much older. I'm talking people that are, like, maybe in their late 20s or, like, somewhere around there. And I've actually really valued my conversations with them. And if you guys like have any people in your life that are maybe like 10 years older than you should go out, you should go and talk to them and be like, can you tell me about like what life was like for you when you were my age? Because it's really fucking valuable. It's really valuable to hear people's perspectives and understand how their life was and how they ended up being the person that they are now. Because, you know, I feel like I'm an old ass motherfucker because I'm constantly surrounded by people that are either my age or younger than me. So I feel like, I don't know. Like I feel like there's a lot to it gives you a lot of perspective, you know? It gives you a lot of perspective. You need people to tell you like, I know what it's like to feel like I'm losing my mind. And I know what it's like to come out of that. Because I think there are moments in your life where you're really struggling and you genuinely feel like, oh my God, like I think I've really cracked this time. Like I think I'm actually going crazy. Like I don't know if I'm ever going to come back from this. Because I think a lot of struggles and the feelings that they create feel very permanent in the moment. They feel so permanent in this period of, your life that you live in, because they kind of make you forget what it was like before this was happening to you. So to hear someone that's like in their, you know, maybe at a different age, or maybe they had gone through something like this and they got through it, to hear them go like, listen, I literally thought I was losing my mind and I thought my life was over, but it all ended up okay for me. It's really valuable, and you should actually listen to that advice too. You should kind of put it behind your ear and use it as perspective, you know? Like, a lot of you are 18, 19, which is a really fucking confusing time in your life. You're expected to have everything together at this age. You know what I mean? You're expected to kind of like, well, I don't think, in a lot of cases, I don't know if you're fully expected to, as much as you put that pressure on yourself and the system puts that pressure on yourself. Logically speaking, you shouldn't be expected to know anything at 18. You know nothing at that age. When I was like 18, 19, 18 especially, 18 was like a horrible year for me. I was going nowhere with my life. I had no passions. I had no passions except for just sitting around, you know? And I didn't know like what I would want to do with my life. I didn't know, looking back at it, I didn't even really know what kind of people I liked being around. And that's the most important part. So I know nothing at 20 and don't, no, 20 is a fucking young age too. Here's the thing is, 20s is when you're acclimatizing to being a grown-up, all right? You're going to be fine. There's a lot of shit you got to kind of figure out at once, and you'll be fine. You're going to figure it out, and you'll be fine. It probably won't be without its struggles, but you'll figure it out, and you'll be better with it. Like, actually, hold on. Let me show you guys this TikTok. Let me show you guys this TikTok that I saw. I liked it because I actually kind of wanted to show it to you guys, because I think it's a TikTok that a lot of you guys would appreciate watching. Because I thought I really liked it. Hold on.
After 9/11, I fell into a crazy depression. My job fell apart, our relationship fell apart, and I had to leave New York City in a sort of depressive crash, and I moved home to my parents' house in Seattle. This was the first apartment building that I got an apartment coming out of that depressive crash. And I would sort of float around in this building. I was working kind of freelance jobs. I was a bartender. Anyway, long story short, life is long. And one of the difficulties with depression is you can't see the end of it. You
That's
don't know
real as
where it's
fuck.
gonna end, and you think that life is going to be this way forever. And I live now with a beautiful partner, with 2 beautiful children in sunny California, which makes an enormous difference in my life. And I'm just here to say life is long, and as depressed as you can feel, knocking around, you know, and not knowing what you're going to do with yourself, it can get so much better. Hang in there. That's just something I felt I had to say.
See? That's exactly what I was talking about. That's like, you know, it's like important to, and that's why I also think it's really important for like the elders, not to call that dude an elder, but you know, people that are older than you, your seniors, to kind of be open about their experiences and to share what they've gone through. Just as is important for everybody to kind of listen, you know? Because, you know, sharing experiences is valuable. What goes around comes back around. You know, that's... You could twist the message of the song and make it seem as if, you know, you're going to be depressed again. So listen, a lot of people leave high school not knowing what they're going to do. Most people, even if they know what they're going to do after high school, I think a lot of them don't end up doing that thing. Life is like kind of crazy where there's twists and turns, and it's kind of impossible to actually plan what you're going to do. So you don't need to have this like ironclad plan of, oh, this is what I want to happen to me, you know? Bergie's Eye. Bergie's Eye. Thanks for the prime. Thank you for the prime. I know 40-year-olds who don't know what they're doing. I literally know 70-year-olds that clearly never figured it out and have no intention on figuring it out. And honestly, they seem to be happier than I am. So, I mean, fuck it. Honestly, fuck it. Y'all gotta remember, people are still in college at 32, or people spend their 20s in the army or some gay shit. Exactly. Here's the thing is, right? You can, if you in your 30s think, you know what, I actually kind of want to go to college. I didn't go to college. I want to go to college. You can do that. That is completely fine. A lot of people do that. And they end up entering a career in their 40s. And they find themselves a very successful life in that career. But also, number one thing also is, as hard as it is, because the way that, you know, we've built up this system, careers kind of do have to always be in the peripheral vision. You should never kind of get lost in that. You know what I mean? You should also ask yourself, like, what do I want to do? What are some hobbies I want to have? Like, and also like a good way to find hobbies is just to try random shit, you know? Try stuff where even if you think you might not like it, you still give it a go and see what happens. Live off unemployment checks. I mean, honestly, if you want to, you go ahead, dude. Like, who fucking cares? The conservatives can fucking cry about that as much as they want, but like, fuck it, dude. I'm 21, struggling to pursue a career, and currently just working at a public library has made me pretty happy. Dude, that seems like a really nice job. That seems like a really nice job. Libraries are nice and quiet. All the people that work there are always really nice. It's not, well, okay, I'm trying to have a positive moment, okay? I'm trying to have a positive fucking moment for once, all right? Also, I'm sorry for butchering your name. Berg Easy? Is that what it is? I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm not good with names. Y'all know this. I worked at a library. It was loud as fuck. Why was it loud? I was, you know, like I feel like every time I've been in a library, it's been pretty chill in there. No, it was to put books away and there were children screaming. I don't know if that's normal. Most libraries I've gone to, I have not really seen an abundance of children screaming. Maybe it was a children's library. My friend's spending her 20s job hopping, still at 26. She's living a fulfilling life. See, that's another thing too. Like, if you have the opportunity and you want to, you should job hop. You should try out a different thing, a bunch of different shit. If you want to and you have an opportunity to, you should take that job that is like offering you a place in some like random other city or some other country, because that is an experience that maybe either will lead you on a very different path and kind of like open all these doors for you, or number two, it's an experience that you'll have, you know? Dude, not this depressing ass Neo song coming on. Hold on. Oh, hell yeah, dude. I want to be a bartender in my 20s. Bartenders always have a lot of stories. He's got motivational music right now. This is literally like Ellen DeGeneres montage music. I think that's where where I heard the song first. I want to push old ladies down escalators. Well, I don't know. I don't know if you should do that. I want to be an old lady. Recently, I have been in my era of like, I would love to just be an old man. You know, like I'd love to be an old man, just kind of like eat a bagel, sit on my porch. Like I don't know. Um, obviously, maybe without like the joint pain and like the, oh, my bones are creaking. But like, I want to live like an old person sometimes. I want to have like a slow pace life in my little neighborhood. Kind of just want to marry a rich man so I can be a woman that just travels. I mean, go right ahead. If you find one, go right ahead. I want to live like Emma Chamberlain. Dude, I saw this like thread about Emma Chamberlain on Twitter where someone got like really mad because she like told this random story about how she was at like a Harry Styles concert and everybody just spent the whole time filming, which is like everybody's had this conversation before. It's not like anything groundbreaking, but it's like, you know, it's just kind of the state of affairs that it is. I'm at kind of like the point where like I don't care what other people do, but the people in the thread were so angry. They were so furious that she as a YouTuber would even bring this up. You know what I mean? Like, you did this. Like, this is your influence being a YouTuber. You influence people to this. I don't think she influenced people to film concerts. You know, I get what they're trying to get at of like, oh, you overshared your entire life and that's how you made your money, and then you probably inspired a lot of people to do that, so now you complaining about everybody like feeling the need to record everything and like kind of like put on this act for everyone is it's hypocritical. But it's like, it's not, is it? It's just like her kind of realizing a thing, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It was just like the most like lame fucking thing to get mad over, in my opinion. Like, it was probably one of the most surface level thoughts I've ever seen in my life. And I don't think anyone really disagrees. But people, you know, found a way to get a little bit mad. Like, yeah, I think there is a conversation to be had about, are you really like, are you gonna watch back those videos? Probably not. It's kind of like recording fireworks, you know? I used to record fireworks on my Nokia in like 2009, and it had like one of the worst cameras of all time. I don't know what I thought I was going to capture. Genuinely. The fucking image literally probably consisted of like 20 pixels. So, I don't know. I get like taking like a picture here and there, or maybe getting like a video every now and then, because concerts are expensive, and you do want to have something to remember that you actually went there. You know what I mean? I don't know if I'd have my phone out the entire time, really. Because because that was a counter argument that people raised, where it's like, well, clearly someone is rich and not understanding that not everybody has $200 to spend all the time on concerts, so they're just trying to get value for their money, which I don't know how real that argument is. Like, obviously concerts are expensive, and it, you know, if you spend a lot of money on something, you kind of want to like savor it, and you know, but like I don't think that's why people are spending the whole concert filming. I don't know if that's like a valid argument. Rewatching concert videos and hearing yourself singing though. Hang on, that's not how I pronounce Nokia. I thought it's Naki. No, dude. I'm gonna keep it 100. It's not Naki. I'm sorry to be the one to break this news to you, but concerts are expensive, but why go to one if they're not one of your favorite artists? They have to be worth it in a sense. As someone that has been to a few concerts where I'm not like a crazy fan of the artist, or maybe I don't even know them, and then I could tell like people hated me because I was a little bit tall, and like my friends were front row, and I didn't want to be alone at the concert, so I was like up with them. I don't know, man. Sometimes I just want to do shit with my friends, and they go to a concert. I'm like, fuck it, I'll go with you. Because I saw the Drums live. I don't know if you guys know the Drums. I saw them live. I like their music. I just don't listen to them. And I hadn't really heard of them before then. Yeah, I was that guy. Me and my friends, we camped out for like fucking 5 hours before the concert. Only to realize that like they were kind of in their flop era, so we didn't really need to do that. We could have gone to the front either way. But, you know, I had that experience that I did that for a band that I didn't even know.
White people be like,
No
So-
way Aksel has friends.
I have a couple of friends. Oh my god. No way. This song. Camping out for 5 hours, that's just queuing. Okay, I'm sorry that I didn't like fucking camp out for fucking 6 weeks with a tent, and like I didn't make a campfire in front of the venue, all right? I usually don't. I'm not gonna lie. I usually just show up like an hour before, and I always kind of find a way to get pretty close. But yeah, at the Drums concert, I could tell people were upset with me because they could tell that I was not singing along. And at one point, I did hear someone directly behind me go, "I can't fucking see shit." And I'm like, I'm sorry, you're just fucking short. Maybe you should have gone to the fucking venue earlier, because I don't even know this band and I was here fucking before you. So is it my fucking problem? I'm gonna be honest. I'm not at a fucking concert to do some charity work, okay? I don't feel any sympathy for you. All right? Because if I let you in front of me, then I gotta let all the other fucking 5'2" motherfuckers in front of me. Because guess what? Everyone at the Drums concert is 5'2". They're all fucking short. Not my problem. You should have fucking drank milk or some shit. You should have grown. All right? I don't discriminate based on heights, but it's also not my problem. It's not my fucking problem. Also, at one point, I literally got pulled. I got pulled, and then I was sent into like the Drums mosh pit, which was just a bunch of people going like, ah. It's just like, what? Genuinely? Because I've seen this on Twitter. This is like a Larry David monologue. It is. Because I've seen this on Twitter. People think that they're entitled to be at the front because they're short. And it's like, that's no one's problem but your own. That's no one's problem but your own. If you want to be at the front, get there like fucking 2 weeks ahead of time, camp out in front of the venue, and be in the front. I don't feel sorry for you. I don't feel even a little bit of sympathy. I don't care. Anyways. You're just evil? I'm a little bit fucking evil because guess what? I don't know that person and their non-issue is not my non-issue. Just saying. Like, if I had a friend with me that was shorter than me, I would let them stand in front of me. I care about my friends. Do I care about random people at concerts? No. Do I punch people in the face in the mosh pit? I do. I do. Do you hear people behind you like sighing and the drums concert is the only time where I've actually heard people complaining about me. Like it wasn't just paranoia. I could very much tell that I was not welcome. And there was this one girl behind me that just was not able to shut the fuck up. I don't know how someone can be so small yet talk so fucking much. You would think they would get exhausted. And then at one point when I was like pushed back in the mosh pit, this one girl like kind of grabbed me and said like, I saw you at VidCon, because this was like a couple weeks after VidCon. And it was really scary because I thought I was being like mounted. And then this other guy tried to steal my fucking hat. I'm not lying. This guy tried to steal my fucking hat because I lost it in the mosh pit because some fucking asshole started crowd surfing and then knocked my hat off with the foot. I don't even know if it was a he, she, or they. I don't know who the fuck it was. It was just a dark shadow. And then I couldn't find the hat. And I see this one guy with my hat around his fucking wrist. And he, I go up to him and was like, that's my hat. And he comes up with the most bullshit excuse of all time where he's like, oh, like, my friend had, like, this exact hat at home. Like, he has this exact one. And I was like, I mean, I didn't, like, confront him about it because I just wanted my fucking hat back. But I was like, that is the most stupid shit I've ever heard in my life. He just saw a hat on the floor, and he was like, oh, this is cool. I'm going to take this. And there was a moment where he was like, are you sure that this is your hat? Like, yes, motherfucker, I'm sure. I don't have my hat on my head and it's around your fucking wrist. Yes, I'm sure it's my fucking hat. Like, what do you mean? I love concerts. I just think that one was a little bit overwhelming for me. Maybe it was his hat. Well, if it was his hat, then I'd fucking robbed him, and good for me. The Tom McDonald concert we went to in Austin was fun. I didn't want to go. It was your idea because you were very passionate. I was shoved by some tall man at the 1975 and dropped my phone in the girl in front of me's head. Dude, there's a lot of, like, things that happen in those concert crowds where it's like, holy shit. Like, I literally just, like, elbowed someone in the face. Because there was, like, a lot... When I saw Death Grips, it was, like, the most packed room I've ever been in my life. And there was just a lot of shit going on where I was like, this would be assault in any other situation. Like, even if accidental, I think they would get arrested. They would at least get interrogated. But oh, we hit 2 hours, which means... Ooh. You really doing this? I have to. Me and Hoover are doing something, man. All right, 10 more minutes. 10 or 15 more minutes. You don't have to do shit. Well, yeah, technically, I don't have to eat anymore, and I don't have to drink any more water either, you know? But I want to because I want to survive. But yeah, I don't know. I want to go to a lot more concerts this year. I'm glad that I didn't buy tickets for the weekend in Estonia because I probably won't be in Estonia then. And they were kind of expensive anyways. And I was like, I love the weekend, but not this much. Is he still touring? I think he's like restarting. He's like, he announced like a new tour a couple months ago. Dude, it's this song again. This is the song I skipped earlier. I don't know why this song is in here. I think it's because I stole this playlist like off of multiple people. I went into their 2008 playlists, and then one of them had this song in it. Actually, I think this is Portuguese. Going to local shows changed my life. Going to the Lovejoy concert changed my life, man. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I've never been so drenched. That room was fucking hot. I walked out and I was literally, it was like I jumped into the ocean. It was crazy. And all I did was like stand in the back. I didn't even move. I didn't do nothing. I just stood there, kind of hung out, but I was wet like a dog, man. Well, not wet. That sounds weird. I was very sweaty. I need to go to a comedy show, but I'm scared of the shitty crowd work. I'm coming to terms with the fact that like I don't like stand-up comedy. I don't really think it's funny. And a lot of them are kind of boring. I think. You know, I've seen a couple of stand-up specials where I was like, okay, this is like all right. But even then, it's like, and it's just like, I feel like every time you go see a stand-up show, you are at risk of exposing yourself to seeing someone bomb. And watching someone bomb in stand-up is actually painful. Like, I saw, dude, this like Joe Rogan stand-up clip came up on my For You page. And I think it's like one of the worst things I've ever had to watch in my life. It was so bad that I was like, I don't know how he had like the confidence to do this. That makes it funnier. I don't think it does. Like, it was just uncomfortable. Like, it was just like, he was like barking like a dog, and he was like, and it was just like that thing of like when someone tries too hard, it gets a little bit sad. You know? Can we watch? I don't even know how to find it, and I'd rather just never watch that again in my life. I mean, like, I do have a lot of respect for the non-racist shitty comedians. The non-shitty comedians, not the shitty comedians. I have, you know, I have a lot of respect for those ones that actually like try it, because I think it takes a lot of confidence and it takes a lot of work. I just don't know if they should try. I don't know if they should. The only comedian I've seen is John Mulaney. I never really I didn't really know that much about John Mulaney until he cheated on his wife a little bit or something. I forgot what he did. What if Joe Rogan just started picking pieces off his face and eating it? I'd be like, what the fuck? I'd be like, what the fuck is going on? I mean, I'd probably record it and like put it on my Twitter and be like, yo guys, see, look at what Joe Rogan's doing. My family used to love Trevor Noah, but I couldn't. Trevor Noah is really boring to me. I think Trevor Noah is really just, I don't know, like he's just kind of like, you know, everyone's guy, which good for him, I guess. But I think when you're kind of like everyone's dude, it gets a little bit boring. I used to really like Tom Segura. Hoover's a Tom Segura and Bert Kreischer guy. Sometimes I get like clips of the podcast and I'm like, oh, they're a little bit silly. And then I see the stand-up and I'm like, oh no, they still can't translate it to stand-up. I loved Norm Macdonald, but mainly on like talk shows. Yeah, me too. I liked a lot of these comedians. They're actually pretty funny when they're put in a situation of kind of like a back and forth, a conversation. But when it's like on stage, I don't think I like the form, the art form. I just don't think I like it very good. So like, I don't know. You just don't get it? I mean, I probably don't. I like the stand-up. I didn't like his SNL segment, though. SNL is also like, I don't know, man. Ugh. If I was an SNL writer, I probably would kill myself, to be honest with you. I'm just going to be honest. If I had to come up with fucking funny skits every single week, I would do it. It's no wonder that they're all fucking doing cocaine and like alcohol and being alcoholics. Like it's it's impossible. They're given an impossible fucking task. Are there any good Estonian stand-up comedians? There's like a pretty good, like I wouldn't say good because I don't watch it. I don't know if it's good. But there's a pretty notable stand-up scene in Estonia that I think was like started by 2 Americans or something. And every now and then I see a clip and I'm like, oh, that's pretty funny. And then every now and then I see a clip and I'm like, this is just dead air. This is nothing. And then like the conservative stand-up comedians and I'm like, oh, okay. I see what's happening. I don't know, yeah. Part of me is like, would stand-up shows, like, okay, this doesn't make any sense because they wouldn't exist if there wasn't interest and people didn't buy them. But would as many comedians do them if they weren't such a lucrative way to make money as a comedian? Because, you know, they make fucking bank on those tours. So it's like, I don't know, they want to fucking pay rent. They want to stack a couple of bills. But like, why bother? You know, at this point, just start a podcast, bring in like $50K a month from that, and you'll be fine. What I don't like is like people like Andrew Schultz, where there's like, we comedians are like the most fucking important people. Like we're gonna like fucking, you know, you need us. Like you need people like us to make fun of everything. And it's like, well, we don't really need you. We don't need you at all. Like you are probably like one of the least essential people of all time. You know, like it's fine. No, yeah, Andrew Schultz is a fucking scumbag. That guy sucks. Just like literally he's like, he reminds me of so many people that I went to high school with, except he's like fucking 30 years old and he never grew out of it. Kathy Griffin thinking comedians are endangered because of Chris Rockslap. Prezzo, cover your ears. And it's like, it's kind of hilarious to me how there's a lot of comedians where I think that literally the only reason they are full-time comedians is because they're friends with Joe Rogan. Like, yeah, like fucking Brendan Schaub. Like, Who the fuck gives a fuck about Brendan Schaub? That guy is literally like, he's just this dude in jeans that has a microphone in front of him, you know? But somehow he's a success. He can be measured as a successful comedian. And that really like shows that like it's a joke. I went to the Laugh Factory where I saw Dane Cook live. I didn't know who Dane Cook was before it, which by the way, now he streams on Twitch. But literally comedians are shit. None of them, they all fucking bombed when I was there. And then one of them started like hitting on my friend and like trying to slide in her Instagram DMs being like, hey, what are you doing tonight? Like they're sleazy. They're sleazy and lame. Like it's gross. Keep in mind, this motherfucker was like pushing 40. Not Dane Cook, LMFAO. Did you have a choice in the matter? Well, the thing is we didn't actually go there expecting it to be good. Like, I went with like Cutie, Matt, Emma. It was a very, like, dude, even Slicker was there, man. That's how you know this was a different time. It was a big crowd. Like, I think Alexandra Botez was there. No, it was Andrea. It was Andrea that was there. We just went because we knew it was going to be bad. Prezzo really got the fucking follow notification. Wait, let me show you guys this Dane Cook clip.
Never seen anything like this.
Why does Dane Cook live stream? Like, what does he? Is he like passionate about live streaming? What is he? Why is he live? Basically, his whole bit was like, my girlfriend is so much younger than me that we actually don't have anything to talk about. Like, that was literally his entire fucking his whole stand-up bit. I think he was a surprise guest. And the whole time he was just like, oh man, I'm getting real old, and you know, my girlfriend is like the age of my daughter, and everyone in the Laugh Factory was like, oh my god. When I was watching him before the Chiblee and Trevor pod, he was going on an angry rant about investments. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna follow, just because I think Dane Cook is like kind of like a circus. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not watching him to get some knowledge. I'm watching him to get some entertainment. Watching a man spiral into a midlife crisis. Dane Cook Gaming. Wait, he's live right now.
There's an armor box right here. Pick it up and drop it. It's in here, and then we gotta go. It's in here.
He's in his living room. He's in his like theater room because he's a millionaire. Wait, how long do I have to follow? Yo, Dane Cook. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Gonna run in.
Ugh. Oh my god. His chat's really filling up with like actual viewers now. Anyways, I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna leave. I gotta get to work. Have a good day, bro. You too, bro. Listen, I appreciate you guys, all right? Content's a little bit slow right now, but I think you guys are going to enjoy some of the things we're going to try to cook up for you, so. This song actually makes me sick. LOL. Ugh. Yeah, I'm just gonna end stream. Thanks for all the subs, by the way. Bambi the Hutt, Athel Hughes, Zuzia, Henderella, Kitty Soaker, Mountain Dew Lover, Grace, Evany, Six Head Water, Lemon Beatty, Rackels, Shanty Pants, Bark Millie, Barebones, Kristen. I'm not gonna raid Dane Cook. All right, I'm not gonna raid him. I don't want that man to know that I am alive. Not that he would think I'm dead. Raid Amity. All right, we'll raid Amity. Wow, 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 wow. The song's kind of good. You should end stream more often. Maybe I will.